So how do you balance intensity with consistency? I think there's a few different points here, so we'll start firing through them. I think one of the important things for me is always having all my sessions planned out for the week. Now my whole sort of gym path, I've always had set sessions to go to, so it would be planned already. I wouldn't have to do the planning myself. But if you've not got a coach or a system or a club or anything that you're going to for your gym, it's very important to make sure that you've got like a schedule in place where you go into the gym at the same times, at the same days every week. So if you on Monday you go to gym at 5 p.m, you go to the gym every Monday at 5 p.m, and for every single day after that as well. So on a Tuesday, maybe you go in the morning, you go every Tuesday morning. And it allows your body to adapt to what you're doing, and you'll be able to increase the intensity in that, because your body will be more adapted to recovering quicker and recovering in that schedule, so your body knows what to expect and your body prepares. It's the same premise of, like, in terms of building muscle, is you're breaking down the fibers and then your body heals in order to make sure for the next time you do that activity you're properly equipped and you're strong enough to deal with it. So it's the same. That's why it works so well when you're in a schedule, because your body clock is aligned to know that I need to recover for a session tomorrow morning. So your body will recover quicker because it knows it needs to go again in the morning. When you have this planned out, I think it's best to have your hardest sessions at the start of the week. It's something that every S&C coach I've worked with is always stuck by this. So you have all your high intensity stuff at the start of the week, and then as your week comes to an end, you basically just empty the tank, which is just like going to failure. And I always feel that's a lovely way to finish the week, because it's that sense of completion that you've just completed another week and you've given everything into that, and you put yourself to the hardest you can on the Friday, because you know you've got maybe Saturday, Sunday to recover, or however many days off you want to include in that. Oh, what I mean. And the last point, that probably is the best way for me that I've been able to consistently train at a good intensity, is to be able to use progressive overload. Now that is, I'll explain it in another video as well, so I've got a separate video for progressive overload, but it's basically just increasing the difficulty of your workouts every week or every session, depending on, like, if you're doing a set session, which is like, say, squat, bench, deadlift, so you wouldn't do them all in the same session, but one week you might lift 100 kilograms, then when you do that session again the next week you do 105, and then the week after you do 110, then the week after, and then it goes on and on and on until you get to a point where you reach your max. And that allows you to work at a high intensity and increase that intensity week on week, and it allows you to be consistent because it's calculated and it goes in an upward trajectory. You're always going to get better every single week. Now I'll speak more about how to use progressive overload effectively in other videos, but basically, like, obviously you're thinking you'll reach your max at some point. Where do you go from there? Basically just take 20 kilograms or so off, or whatever metric you're using to progressively overload, go back to something that was easier, and then start building it back up again. So your body is now managed to reach the peak of its abilities. So now you're almost like, say you've got a foundation that starts here, you've built up to your max, which is here, but when you start again, you're starting from here, so then your next max is going to be up here. So I'll probably best to show it with two hands. So you go your max, and then you come back down, so your previous max was here, and then you go back up like that. And that's what I've used basically for balancing consistency with intensity over the last 7 or so years. That's the bulk of the video here. The only thing I've got left to mention is the ebook that I've just written. Just keep your eyes peeled for that when I release it, and it's going to be free, so I'll figure out the best way to get that out to you, so you can take in that knowledge. It's taken a good amount of work, and it's 7 or so years of wisdom that I've gained from the gym, and basically it's almost a tool to, if you're not already in the gym, to persuade you to get into the gym. So I think it's very valuable, and I'll see you guys in the next video.